Today we're going to be doing our homework for radius, diameter, and circumference, along with area of a circle. So let's begin. We start with number 19. It says find the radius and diameter of a circle. So whatever they give us, they want the opposite, obviously. So if the diameter is 7, they want the radius, and half of 7 is 3.5. And I'm going to go ahead and look at number 21 next. We have r equals 36. If the radius is 36 and that's half of the diameter, that means that's going to be 72 equals the diameter. I'm sorry, this was equals the radius. All right, and let's go to number 23. On number 23, we've got find the circumference for each circle. We used to 3.14 for 22 divided by 7 for pi. So in 23, it tells us that diameter, it's looking for the circumference, and the diameter is 21, and we know that the formula is diameter times pi. So we've got 21 times 3.14. And if we go ahead and multiply that out, we see that we have 314. And then we'll put a 0, and that's going to be 8, 2, and 6. And if we follow that out, we'll see that we have 4, 9, let's see, 5, and 6. So I show 65.94. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 25. A button with a radius of 21. Well, in this one, we know that the formula is going to be 2 times the radius times pi. So 2 times 21 is going to be 41. And 41 times 3.14 is going to be, well, there's going to be 3.14. And then we have our 0 down here. We've got 16 here. So we'll put the 6, carry the 1. That's going to be 4. I'm going to carry that, that's 5. And then 3 times 4 is 12. That'll finish us off. So that's going to give us 4, 7, 8, 2, and 1. So 128.74. Next we have number 27. It says the diameter of a music CD is 12 centimeters. Well, it tells us to find the circumference of the CD to the nearest tenth. Since we're doing 12 here, and that's the diameter, well, we know that the formula is diameter times pi will give us the circumference. So automatically that's going to be 12 times 3.14. I'm going to put it the other way. 3.14 times 12. And this time we'll have 6.28. And we're going to have, well, 0 and then 3.14. And that's going to give us 8. Let's see, that's going to give us 6. That'll give us 7. And that'll give us 3. So the answer is going to be 37.68. All right, let's go ahead and knock out number 29. Identify repeated reasoning. Oh, wait a minute. They did say to the nearest tenth. Well, tenth is here. So we're going to have to go ahead and round this down to 37.7. All right, almost got me on that one. All right, the diameter at the right is made up of circles with the same center. The innermost circle has a diameter of 1. All right, so the diameter here is 1. Each circle moving outward has a diameter 1 more unit than the previous. So that's telling us this is going to be 2. And this one's going to be 3. So with that, let's see, each circle moving outward has a diameter 1 more than the unit. The more unit than the previous. Without calculating how much longer is the circumference of each circle. Well, let's do some math here. First of all, we know that whatever the diameter is, it's going to be multiplied to 3.14. Okay? And in knowing that, that means that 2 of them, 2 times 3.14, that's going to be 6.28. And it says how much longer is each one going to be? Well, that tells me for every one that it goes outward, it's going to increase by 3.14. So how much longer is the circumference of each circle? I think I'm just going to put 3.14 pretty safely here. And we can even check with the calculator if you want. 3.14 times 1, of course, is going to be 3.14. Times 2, 6.28, just like I said. And times, let's see, divided by 2 so we can get back to 3.14. Now times 3 for that last one, 9.42. And if I write 9.42, you might be saying, is that really 3.14 more? Well, let's subtract it and see. 9.42 minus 6.28 is going to give us, well, no surprise, that's going to be 4. We had to carry 1. So that's going to turn that to 3. That's going to be 1. And look what we have here, everybody, 3.14. So for each diameter increasing by 1 unit is going to increase it by 3.14. Let's go to our next homework page. All right, right over here we've got number 20. So let's find the area of each circle this time, round to the nearest 10, using 3.14 again. This time they want the area. And we know that the area, from what we've seen in class, is pretty simple. It's simply pi r squared. That means whatever the radius is, we have to multiply it to itself and then multiply it to 3.14. So let's start here. They give us a diameter right off the bat on number 20. I think this time I'm going to do the even ones and leave the odd ones. And if I do that, I say, well, I have to find the radius. That's half of 8.4. Half of 8.4 is going to be 4.2. Now I have to multiply 4.2 times 4.2. If I take my calculator, 4.2, and I could always use the square button here, is 17.64. So I'm going to put that over here for now, 17.64. And now I have to remember to multiply 17.64 by pi. Okay? And if I go back to my calculator and multiply it to 3.14, you'll see that I have 55.38. And this says to round everything to the nearest 10. So this is going to round up to 55.4. 55.4. All right, let's go to number 22. This time they give us the radius. And 4 squared Well, that's 4 times 4. That's going to equal 16. So now we just have to multiply 16 to 3.14. Let's see. 16 times 3.14 equals 50.24. 50.24. And since we're rounding the nearest 10, this is going to be 50.2. All right, let's go to number 24 now. So the radius is 3 and 4 over 5. Okay, so let's turn it into an improper fraction first, because we're going to need that to multiply everything out, right? 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. So that's 19 over 5. Now we have to multiply 19. We have to actually square, okay, 19 over 5, okay? And to square something correctly, we have to do certain steps. First of all, we have to remember we're working with a division problem that it's going to be squared. So let's just take 19 and divide it by 5, and that's going to equal 3.8. And then we square that, and that's going to give us 14.44. So the radius squared is 14.44. Now we have to multiply that to 3.14. And that equals 45.3. See, if we round up, we're still not going to get bigger than 5, so 45.3. And that is our circumference, or excuse me, our area of our circle. Okay, let's go to number 26 now. It says find the area of the Girl Scout patch shown if the diameter, remember the diameter is from going through the middle of one line to another, and that's 1.25. Okay, and if I remember that's 1.25, I get on my calculator again. 1.25, I have to divide by 2 to get my radius. So my radius is going to be 0.625. So my radius equals, what was that again? 0.625. 0.625. Remember, we have to square this, okay, and then multiply it to pi. So let's see, right off the bat, I'm going to say square it, and then I'm going to multiply it to 3.14, which gives us 1.22. If we're going to round this up to the nearest tenth again, it's really just going to be 1.2. So our area equals 1.2. Okay. And let's see, the next one's going to be number 28. It tells us here that the pink line shows 4, I think that's 41, was it 4.1? I'm going to blow this up a little bit just so I can see it a bit better. I want to make sure I get the right information on here. I'll also go ahead and get rid of this stuff. And let's see, 4.1, I believe that is. Just going to make it a wee bit bigger. Yeah, it definitely looks like a 4.1. Okay, and let's bring this back down where we want it. 4.1, because this was over here. So if it's 4.1, we'll get on our calculator, we'll realize 4.1 squared is 16.81 times 3.14 will give us 52. When we round up to the nearest tenth, that's going to be an 8. 52.8. 52.8. And let's go down to number, see, that was 28, 29. I guess number 30 is over here. And we're just going to move this a bit so we can get to it. Number 30, a window that is in the shape of a semicircle has a, oh wow, I did not even see this one. I have to go ahead and go back to it, number 28, because they've given us a half a circle, not a whole circle. I just noticed that. So what we have to do then, excuse me, is divide the number that we have by 2. Okay? We have to divide this number by 2 to get our answer. And that's going to give us, well, half of 8 is 4, and half of 52 is going to be 26. So our actual answer is 26.4 would be this half, the area of half a circle. All right, and let's go back to number 30 that we were working on. Number 30 says a window that is in the shape of a semicircle. Remember, a semicircle is a half circle. Has a diameter of 28, so this is 28 going across. Find the area of the window. Well, once again, we only want the radius, right? And that's going to be half of 28, which would be 14. We have to take 14 and multiply that by 14. So we're going to have 14 squared, or 14 times 14, either one. That's 196, and then we're going to multiply that to 3.14. When we get our answer, remember, we're not quite done. Because it's a semicircle, we have to divide that by 2. That's going to give us 307.72. And since we're rounding everything to the nearest tenth, that'll be 307.7. So the answer to number 30 is 307.7. All right, number 32 is the last one. A radio station sends a signal to a circular area with an 80-mile radius. Wow. Find the approximate area in square kilometers that receives the signal. Wow. Okay, this is a hint. 1 square mile equals 2.6 square kilometers. All right, so we got 80 miles here. Let's see. It says find the area in square kilometers. So first, let's find the mileage. And if we're talking about a circular area with an 80-mile radius, automatically we know that we have 80 square, that's 6,400, times 3.14. And that's the area of 20,096. Okay, 20,096 miles, square miles. Now find the approximate area in kilometers. And remember that 1 mile equals 2.6 kilometers. So that means for every one of these, I have to divide it by 2.6. And our answer is going to be 7,729. Okay, 7,729.2. 7,729.2. Okay, and that's square kilometers. So square kilometers or kilometers. All right, that's all for today that I'm going to be helping with. Good luck with all the rest of your homework, and see you